Good Morning Night Vale is brought to you by The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine, a new independently produced and crowdfunded 10-episode original audio drama. Set in a deceptively familiar world of electronic surveillance and machine-mediated communication, The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine follows Lydia Ryan and her friends, lovelorn Ethan and wannabe internet sensation Dee, as they struggle to unravel the mystery of her mother's disappearance. Escape the sinister Fontaine family, and survive the feud over her grandfather's supernatural legacy. It weaves bitter family drama and high-stakes intrigue with fantasy and cyberpunk elements to create a surreal mystery about secrets and grudges, old books, big data, and the promise of infinite knowledge. And do not forget the talking birds. It's a full-cast production with original music and a bespoke soundscape presented through a series of found-footage-style surveillance recordings. And it's important to note, this show was made entirely without generative AI. Even the computers are voiced by human actors. Episodes are free, and you can start listening right now with the Season 1 finale due to come out on August 16th. For more information, go to lydiadisappears.com. and find The Disappearances of Lydia Fontaine wherever you get your podcasts and start listening from the beginning.
Insurance isn't one size fits all, and shopping for it shouldn't feel like squeezing into something that just doesn't fit. That's why drivers have enjoyed Progressive's Name Your Price tool for years. With the Name Your Price tool, you tell them what you want to pay, and they show you options that fit your budget. Enough hunting for discounts, trying to calculate rates, and tinkering with coverages. Maybe you're picking out your very first policy, or maybe you're just looking for something that works better for you and your family. Either way, they make it simple to see your options. No guesswork, no surprises. Ready to see how easy and fun shopping for car insurance can be? Visit Progressive.com and give the Name Your Price tool a try. Take the stress out of shopping and find coverage that fits your life, on your terms. Progressive Casualty Insurance Company and Affiliates. Price and coverage match limited by state law.
Dare to dream. Do it. We dare you.
Go ahead. Dream. It will be fine. We promise.
Good morning, Night Vale. Hey everybody, I'm Hal. I play Steve Carlsberg, and welcome to Night Vale.
Hi, I am Meg, and I play Deb, descending in Pasture of Haze, and also Deb's sister, Caitlin, who has a Boston accent, and that was the acting choice that I made there.
And I'm Symphony. I play your favorite charter, Tomoka Flynn. And we're here to talk about Welcome to Night Vale because you know, we're in it. We do that thing. We do the dang thing. And we love going back, talking episode by episode about these shows and getting in depth, you know? Let's get deep right now. Let's talk about it.
Let's get into episode 62, Hatchets. This is the original description of that podcast episode. Night Vale Daily Journal editor Leann Hart announces changes at the newspaper while continuing a successful execution of her most controversial business plan, plus a station editorial, a look at local traffic, and a parade for a local sports hero.
Holy holy. I think this episode is great. I hate this episode because I hate everything right now, but I also... hate the whole complete degradation of journalism and like just the complete crumbling of that system that we live in right now. Like it's just I find it so difficult because like I don't know, just as a person who's consuming news at an almost minute by minute basis, it's just really, really difficult to be a part of this system. That's all. But anyway, there's a whole episode about it. That's a beautiful satire about journalism that we get to talk about today.
Well, I mean, and in this episode, I mean, yes, I mean, there has been an issue with that. I mean, as we've been going through this whole real-time news thing. But Leann Hart seems to be really mad at bloggers.
Yeah, it's that like old school, new school journalism thing that's fighting there. It's not the argument that we have, the fake news, the real news, the partisan news, the nonpartisan news, opinions and facts and all that stuff. This is the argument that she is having, is that she's the old school journalist with the newspaper. She's a newspaper man, and she's up against these bloggers who type into their phones, and she doesn't think that they have the same level of rigor and seriousness that she brings to it, and she thinks that it's dangerous.
Well, I'm going to have to say, Leann, maybe you shouldn't have just had an imaginary newspaper, and now she's switching back to actual paper. That makes it a challenge for people to like be like, oh, I'm going to stick with this trusty thing because I was paying $60 a month for my imagination.
Well, yeah, I mean, the journalism industry has not made great choices over the years with how it disseminates its information. You know, a lot of bad choices were made.
Well, and this is what, late 2014, or are we into 2015 already?
Yeah, this is 2015.
Okay, so at this point, we're already beyond like they call it blogging period of the internet. I think this is like the 15th time podcasts were discovered for the first time. Right. But there was that idea of like print is dying, but also these traditional news outlets are being scooped now by the internet, whether it's a blog, whether it's Twitter or Facebook at the time, whatever it is, that idea that the citizen journalist can somehow do a better job, or at least a more immediate job than the news that you have to either read once a day in a newspaper, or that you have to wait until 5 p.m. or 10 p.m. to watch. And now news organizations have caught wise. And even then you were getting articles all the time. But that idea that there's this wave of democratized publishing. I don't think it's all journalism. That's pretty fair to say, but that idea like that this struggle was going on, and I'm sure that there were actual newspaper people who wanted to just throw hatchets at like a South by Southwest digital if they had their druthers.
Oh, sure.
Yeah. There's also, I mean, Cecil has a very okay boomer opinion piece that he gives as well in this episode.
Yes.
His editorial.
Yes. I was just like, okay, Cecil, you need to chill out. He's just a trip. But if we could for a second go back to in this point when he's like, oh, but that's my opinion. Okay. You don't get to tell me who's overreacting. You're underreacting. That makes me think of all of those people like Alex Jones. Do you know what I mean? Like those people that are like frogs are gay, or like, those people that are like sensationalists. But Cecil has always been like kind of like on the front, like just like a weird, it's never about the thing that's going on. Like he wants to talk about his personal life and, you know, whatever he wants. But can we, if we go back to the beginning of this episode?
Oh God!
Oh yeah, I wanted to talk about that.
Macabre.
So
how do you macabre?
Oh my God!
Macabre.
Macabre. How do you say
macabre?
Macabre.
Yeah. Macabre.
But I feel like you have to say it like
macabre.
Macabre.
Yes. The French, yeah.
Right. You have to say it like really dramatic. Macabre. Oh, you're so macabre.
I got a macabre at McDonald's the other day, and it's through the drive-thru. It's so good. It's a corn on the cob covered in chicken nuggets
in a flurry cup.
Yeah.
I thought the macabre was only seasonal.
Well, they've started doing it all the time. You know, breakfast is all day now. There are no more rules. That was really the first erosion of rules of like the rule of law in our life. And they're like, when McDonald's is like, fuck it, have breakfast whenever you want. We don't care. You want a McGriddle at 11 p.m.? Go ahead. Do it to yourself. We'll take the money. And then you can get a McShaker for lunch the next day and feel like you're being good. That was the start of it all. Now there are no days, as you keep saying, Meg. It's all one day, right?
It's all the same day.
It is.
So, I mean, for goodness sakes, thanks, McDonald's.
Yeah, I feel like McDonald's was playing a big part in this. Mm-hmm. Yeah, you got to follow the money.
Follow the burgers.
Oh, maybe that should be the newest conspiracy theory about how all this got started. McDonald's is just trying to keep us at home.
So that we can't go to their place. So we have to get Uber Eats.
But McDonald's has a robust system for drive-through. They were ready. They were pandemic ready. They were reading the fucking memos.
Oh, they were.
Yeah.
Oh, wow. I never thought about it that way.
They are set up for a pandemic. They have, I mean, it's not good because McDonald's workers they can't socially distance, so they have to put themselves at risk. But we live in deep, deep capitalist America where workers are completely expendable. So they're asked to sacrifice their lives so that people can buy cheap hamburgers.
And their fries are great.
Their fries are great.
They make really good fries. This accident portion though was traumatic to me. Like it just made me go through the last accident I was in, and it's the first thing I've actively disliked in a Night Vale episode. Not because it's bad, but because it was so, and I knew that there was a turn coming. Like there's going to be a punchline or something, and then it was very understated, that idea of like, so it's a little backed up by the Best Buy. Just that I get it, and it was not for me. It was too triggering for me. Too triggering.
Oh, yikes.
Yeah.
I've never experienced that in that way. So I wouldn't even think about that. I'm sorry you felt that way.
That's all right. You know what? I am a journalist, so I braved it. And now I'm here on my digital platform to tell the truth about Mickey D's. And
we're truthers.
To report on the things that it may be unpleasant, but I'm there on the front lines of this episode from 5 years ago.
Exactly. The hard-hitting journalism that we are here to do. I took Journalism 1 and Journalism 2 when I was in high school, because Journalism 2, you got to do yearbook. So I'm completely qualified.
Oh.
Completely qualified. I was the club's editor.
Wow.
Oh, wow.
What was that like?
I arranged all of the pictures of everyone on picture day of them in their clubs.
Oh, that's good. Actually, that's a pretty good job, I think.
Yeah, that's a perfect job for you, I feel like.
Yeah, because people always thought it was really funny to be like in the like Asian American club when they were like they weren't actually in the club, but they try to get in the pictures. And I would just be like, "You're not in this club, get the fuck out." So, like, listen, I have a list of everyone who's supposed to be here, and you're not on the list.
Oh my gosh, I love
Let's
that.
get through it. But everyone got their photos taken. So I'm a qualified journalist, so we can go back and listen to this episode and report on it. So let's talk about Michael Sandero. Are we ready to jump into this? It's like we get this story. Yeah. Things are going really well for him in Michigan. He won the Heisman.
Yes.
Like, that's huge. Of course he gets a parade.
Mm-hmm.
But then there's all these questions.
But Maureen,
Hal, can you tell us what you know about the Heisman? What is it?
The Heisman is an award given out to the top college football player. Yes, it's the that like arm tucked holding the football is a classic pose.
I'm doing it. You guys don't see me, but I'm doing it.
I think his name. Let me see. What was Heisman's name? I think it's Johnny Heisman was his name. John Heisman. He was an athletic director who was like a big help in like forming college football. He was a major figure in college football. So they named the trophy for him, but the model was an NYU running back named Ed Smith.
Okay.
So that became his claim to fame. He was like a top running back at the time, and he went and posed for it, didn't know what it was for, but he's like, yeah, sure, I'll pose for the sculpture, whatever you need me to do. So that is who that trophy is. So every time you do the arm tucked, stiff arm out running with the football, you're doing NYU's Ed Smith, who graduated, I think, in like 36.
Look at me, I'm Ed Smith.
Do we ever sometimes call the Heisman the Ed Smith? Like as a hip blogger, you'd be like, that guy could take the Ed Smith this year, you know, like as like a little inside baseball for your football.
So that is it. That is your college's best player. A lot of well-known professional players have won that award, and some who did not do anything in the pros. But obviously, this is all from Jeffrey because we get the accurate Ohio State.
OEO.
Beating Oregon, which is what happened that year. Yeah, Oregon and Ohio, and the quarterback for Michigan is Devin Gardner.
What is funny about that? That's what I didn't get.
Because that's who he actually is. That's like something. It's just the idea that Sandero is none of it's true,
but all of the facts are actual facts.
Yeah,
of that actually when we get to the parallel parallel storytelling there. One of the Jeffrey's secret Jeffrey things that's now public, because I'm about to say it on this podcast, is that he knows a lot of sports facts. So like you could be like, hey, Jeffrey, who won the Super Bowl in 1984? And he could tell you who won the Super Bowl, who they played, and what the score was.
Yeah.
For any year.
for the Night Vale Patreon, we did a sports show last Monday.
Oh, yeah.
Oh, that's so fun.
No, last Wednesday. Sorry. A week ago.
Well, it'll be like way Wednesdays ago.
Oh, it was the best, because that's one of my favorite parts when he is on the road. Is we will at some point we'll sit down and we'll just catch up on the state of sports for each of us and the teams that we like and what's happening in sports in general. And it's like we are the only two people who really like sports generally on a tour. So it's just nice to like, that's a special thing that we share with one another. And I always appreciate that. It makes us closer.
It's your common thing. There's the thing in a couple where it's like the two of you have your thing, and then it's that you enjoy, but you enjoy your time together other times because you're looking at the third thing together. So sports is yours and Jeffrey's third thing.
Yes, that's right.
When you're in a couple, it's important to have a third thing or a number of third things for the two of you to focus on besides yourselves.
Yes.
So
yeah, Jennifer and I are focusing on finishing Mrs. America as the episodes come out.
Yeah, so that's your third thing right now.
Mm-hmm. That is.
Yeah.
And eating giant cookies this weekend.
Oh, yeah. That's going to be good for you guys. It's great.
Yeah.
Something to look forward to. Another reason to keep living, is that we can keep baking. We got to live until the cookies get out of the oven, right? I'm just right now. What's keeping me alive, other than my fortitude, is that I want to see who wins Top Chef,
Oh, right.
Yeah.
Sure.
Speaking of people with fortitude.
Sorry. Back to the show.
Can we talk about fucking Maureen?
Oh, fucking Maureen. What a ride we went on in this episode.
Wow.
What a ride.
Okay, first of all, I was not... Usually when I listen to an episode, I will listen to it and I will also read along because it makes my comprehension better and I can take notes. But I was running short on time. Who knows why? Because I have an abundance of it. But I just shoved it all right before this. I was making a delicious wrap and I was listening to the episode. And I was like, what's happening? Okay, he's sending Maureen to go do this thing. And then I'm like, oh no. He's like apologizing to her parents. I'm like, but he doesn't say she's dead. But this is why it made me mad. I was angry because I didn't know what was happening with her. And I was very confused. And she was hit. And he just didn't seem to get it. I was very angry with Cecil this whole episode. But I'm glad she's okay, but she's no longer an intern. And I say, good for you, Maureen. Good for you.
She stood up for herself. She stood up for herself before. So this was the last straw.
There has to be a moment to say enough.
Yeah, it is nice writing that you believe she's been hatcheted to death by Leann Hart.
I know, I was so sad. And that how the injustice that nobody seemed to friggin' care. And they were like, oh, well, I guess if you thought she was a blogger. And I'm like, that's not right.
Yeah. The way that the justice is served that day in Night Vale is a dark day. It's a dark day for justice, the way that is handled. Like, she just kind of is just like, they're bloggers. They deserve it. Like, okay, well, then if they're a blogger, it's fine. She just like completely convinces them to her side. There's very little resistance. When in fact, Maureen is actually a journalist. She's an old school journalist. She's not a print journalist, but she's a radio journalist, which is another strong tradition of journalism. And she's out there working and she's, caught in the crosshairs of this print journalist with hatchets.
And you get a little flavor of Dana Cardinal continuing to push back against all the other powers that be in Night Vale, that she disagrees with them, that businesses should not be allowed to use physical violence against their competition or against anyone.
Right, because businesses aren't people. And I feel like this has come up in our reality quite a few times, that our government and other things recognizing businesses as people, and that their needs were just as important as actual human people.
Right now, we're seeing they're regarded under the law as more important than people.
Oh, right. Right.
So, I mean, the final nail in the head for businesses or people too is that businesses are actually not people. There's something better than people. There's something that deserve more rights and more freedom, and that their existence can exist at the expense of human life.
Right.
And that's what we've learned from one of the many chestnuts we've learned from the coronavirus. We all learned how to bake bread, and we all learned that we are being crushed under the wheel of capitalism. Hopefully we all learned that.
I really think we should get into the first thing you said, because I think a lot of people apparently banana bread's become like the go-to baked good of quarantine. And I laughed. Jennifer made banana bread. Hold on. Hey, Jennifer, when did you make banana bread? 2 weeks ago, she made banana bread.
See?
2 weeks ago. So either it feels like 2 years ago or 2 minutes ago, because time is weird. So it's people are also, they have bananas on hand, because you buy a banana. You go to the grocery store once every 14 days, and bananas do not last that long. So by the time day 10 comes around, you're looking at 6 brown bananas, and you're like, it's the end times. We have to eat the bananas. How do we do it? You make a banana bread, and it's delicious.
Can I tell you something?
Yes.
I've been going at least once a week to the store, but here's this trick. I pull up and then they put it in your trunk so you don't touch anybody.
Oh, you do like a curbside.
That's nice.
Yeah.
Yeah, I did curbside Target yesterday to pick up the cornstarch that I need to make giant cookies that I sent you the recipe for before we started. Let me tell you about these cookies, people. These cookies, a food blog, they always take like, here's the best picture of this cookie you can imagine. And it looks great. It's like broken in half on the plate, a cold glass of milk in the background. But then this one, which is, I think, giant chocolate chip cookie is the name of the recipe. This woman is holding a cookie, and she's clearly got her hand out, like outstretched, her open palm holding the cookie, and the tips of her fingers are barely visible over, like around the edge of the cookie.
That's a big ass cookie.
I just hope she's a basketball player. I want her hands to be so big. I want them to be the biggest cookies I've ever had. I want Meg hands.
Here's the thing. I think, Hal,
yes,
your cookies are limited by your imagination. You can make them as big as you want, baby.
That's true. But I think that you are going to run into structural integrity eventually.
Sure.
But I think that's probably why there's cornstarch in it, to stabilize to make them a little bit.
Yeah. I mean, we've talked about my attempts to take a roll of Nestle Toll House chocolate chip cookie dough and flatten it into one big like cookie island. And it never, the middle never bakes properly. So this is like, I want it. I've never wanted something that I made to look like the picture more than I want these cookies. Jennifer she just texted me the recipe out of the blue. Hey, Jennifer, how long ago did you text me that giant chocolate chip cookie recipe? How long ago did you text me that giant chocolate chip cookie recipe that I'm making? Last week? Last week. So we were a week out of banana bread.
It's ready to be a third in your relationship.
Like, we weren't in the same room. She was like resting. I'm out here. She sends it to me and I look at it and it's like the bat symbol went up over Gotham and I knew I was needed. And it's finally going to happen. You'll never stop us, Joker. We're going to make those cookies.
See, I like that. A lot of cookies, they play with different flavor profiles. This one is playing with size. And I appreciate that as a person who loves excess and has to ask when it's normal to stop eating a lot of times. My favorite pizza topping is another slice of pizza on top of that pizza. So I get it. And I'm here for it. And I think we should be playing with different sizes of foods more. What do we have?
Yeah.
All we got is time and cookie recipes. What if we made a bunch of really small ones and made our own cookie crisp?
Yeah.
What if instead of bag of Doritos, it was just one big Dorito that you could eat over time?
That was like a matzah Dorito.
Yeah, a matzah Dorito.
I feel like that would get like so stale.
Not the way I eat it.
What has a Dorito being stale stopped you, first of all, from eating a Dorito? You're like, oh, it's stale. I guess it's
if there's enough dust on it, I don't care.
Exactly. Yes.
You're right. I know who I am.
I'm just looking for that monosodium glutamate reaction in my mouth.
When are we just going to change the name of this podcast to Welcome to Eat Vale and just say this is what we do?
Never.
I mean, I feel like we should I'm really trying to push our ad company to get us food advertisers, but they're like, you're not a food show. I'm like, we're not.
But we are.
We're not.
We're not.
Have you listened?
Are we
The
not?
answer is no. The answer is no, they have not listened, which is why
No.
we can.
They definitely haven't listened now.
But you know who might be listening? Bots.
Bots. Well, that was it. I mean, that's what Cecil's rallying against, right?
Well, because that there may be an impending bot war, they think.
Will be.
Robots. Or just regular bots. Anywho's. So that stuff is happening. What else?
Yes.
So Michael Sandero, Maureen gets hatcheted. Freaking, a lot of stuff is happening. Oh, yeah, they have to reiterate that murder is illegal. Come on, guys. We said this like episodes ago.
They're setting it up for like her.
I know.
They're like, let's just be clear at the top of the episode. We're going to go over the fact murder is illegal, and then this is illegal, and then she's talking about how she's about to like do premeditated murders, and they're like, well, that's probably fine. And then she goes out and does it, and it's probably fine.
Yeah.
She skirts the law.
And then she goes on, then Maureen is alive, and then Leann goes on her big tirade about jobs. And then we're mercifully at the end of this episode, which was a tough listen in these times.
Yeah, this one I was like, there was a lot of things that struck home. So, but we made it.
Yeah, we did it.
Well, I think it's a great episode. I think it's a beautifully done satire of this, and it tackles a lot of what we're working with in a very nuanced way, in a very smart way. I think the writing, there's a lot of really beautiful prose. I think the traffic section, while terrifying and horrible and triggering, I think it's very well done. Like I commend all of the parts of this episode. It's just, it was a tough listen in these times for me.
If you don't feel something after listening to it, then it's not doing its job, whatever that is. And the fact that it can continue to make you feel something, like, again, we've been talking about this for as long as we've been, almost 2 years that we've been doing this show. Aww. Is the idea that things live on, and things that were written in 2012 and 2013 seem really prescient because the same stuff's happening now. And it was being talked about at a time when it was either just starting or people weren't aware of it. And now it's sort of our everyday life. And the fact that, that I think is good art. It not only captures the moment in which it was made, but also can continue to apply in some way over time. Like, it has to, if it can age with culture and society, then that's a well-made piece of art.
Yeah, and that we can still be discovering new things about it through the lens of our history. Up next, we're going to hear from fans and friends of the podcast about their theories, comments, and questions. But first, a conversation about this episode's weather, which is Anarchy Date by Queer Rocket.
I love that name.
They are a queer space-themed punk band from Richmond, Virginia.
Oh, see, okay, good. I'm glad that you gave us that information, because we were listening to it. I was listening to it, and I was like, "This is like punk music, kind of punky." And
is this that punk music?
Is this punk music? I am personally not a huge fan of punk music. It's got a chaotic energy that is that's a lot for me, but I can appreciate it. And especially with this episode, I thought that went really well, because there was like so many different things going on in this episode. And I think it just I felt very chaotic today and listening to this episode. So I think it underscored that quite well. But in terms of personal music taste, I was not a fan, but I appreciate it. Thanks, Queer Rocket.
This is off their album Blast Off.
Ooh.
Because they
I like space.
steered into their space theme, steered into it hard. I believe they are now defunct. I cannot find existence of them on the internet after September of 2015. But hey, we have our moment in time, and things are left behind.
Maybe they went to space.
It's possible that they're on Mars right now. They're on Mars right now without a care in the world. They're on Mars right now, open mouth kissing everyone else who's on Mars with them.
It's an open mouth kiss party happening on Mars.
Yes.
That's their new hit that we haven't heard yet. It'll come over on a satellite soon.
In about 3 years.
Yeah.
Yep. They sent it 6 months ago. That's how space works.
Yeah, their last album was a gold album that they fired into space. much like the Voyager albums.
Oh my gosh.
And someday we'll receive it, or somebody else will. Who knows what its trajectory is? And then they'll be able to enjoy it. And they'll open mouth kiss in celebration.
Open mouth kissing.
Wherever you are, queer rocket. Is that what they're called? Yes. Wherever you are.
Honestly, wherever you are queers, we're here for you. All queer.
Today, wherever you are queers, wherever you are into space, we salute you.
For all the queers out there, we salute you. We need like an anthem like that.
Yeah. If anyone wants to make us an anthem like that.
Tell Dispersion to get on it.
Yeah. Well, I think if you can find all the ingredients in your heart, then you can make a FanZone Calzone. There's no food chain shortage, no food, what is it called? Stocking issues.
No, yeah.
In the heart, in your heart.
There's always room. There's always a calzone.
Stay right there. Good Morning Night Vale will return after a brief break.
First up in the Calzone, we have Sarah. Sarah writes, "Hi Meg, Hal, and Symphony. I wanted to write for a while, but I always forgot what I wanted to say. I usually join in on your conversations as I listen and then immediately forget what I said." Oh, that's cute. However, I did find something pretty cool while researching facts for work that was too interesting to pass up. Did you know in the early 1900s, there was an axe-wielding prohibitionist named Carrie Nation?
I did.
I did not know that. Maybe I didn't. I don't think so. She claimed
the name
to be.
Rings a bell.
I know. Maybe I saw it on a Drunk History or something. She claimed to be elected by God and spoke through divine inspiration. She fought against alcohol and tobacco so hard that she adopted a hatchet as her iconic tool. She was so well known for that weapon, she even sold souvenir hatchets at her lectures, which is hands down an impressive power move. Very true. I like to think Joseph and Jeffrey came up with Leann Hart out of thin air and were kind of like, what's something weird and strangely aggressive someone would use to threaten a blogger? But when I read up on Carrie Nation, I can't help but wonder if they heard of her or were inspired by her distantly. I know you don't have a door inside Joseph or Jeffrey's mind, especially you, Meg. I don't know if she'd want that. But what do you guys guess about the creation of Leann Hart, Carrie related or not? I enjoy your speculation. If possible, I think this email will be best read during the Hatchet episode, but if earlier opportunities arise, go for it. Well, thanks, Sarah. We appreciate your message. I don't personally know, but I don't know if they were inspired by Carrie Nation, but that is pretty cool. I think anybody wielding an axe to get their point across is pretty interesting. Whether I think that's right or not, I don't know. But
you don't?
Not
sure about that one.
Way back in the day, you know what I mean? People had guns and stuff they were just carrying around. So if you had an axe, I mean, it's not so bad. Do you know what I mean? Now it would be freaking insane.
So this is someone going, it's the 1920s. Prohibition has been enacted. And if I catch you drinking or distributing alcohol, I'm going to use this hatchet to chop your arms off.
She's just threatening.
You know what? It's baller. It's baller. It is baller.
Sometimes a boss bitch got to do what a boss bitch got to do. You know?
Yeah. I have complicated feelings about it.
I have complicated feelings about it too, but you know, it is what it is. Did she kill anybody?
I don't know. I don't think so.
Well then.
But yeah, there was a lot of issues with her and the suffragettes because I think she was a suffragette. Oh. One of the main reasons that she was into prohibition was because it was very dangerous for women to be at home with their alcoholic husbands because they would beat the shit out of them. So they thought that it was one of the tenets of equality was getting alcohol out of the hands of husbands. So like I can kind of get behind that, but I'm not going to get behind not being able to drink. But there was like kind of this rival force with the new era of suffragettes who were like, we are modern women. We don't need to take the booze away from our husbands. We can, we want to drink in bars too. That's not what equality looks like for us. It's equality looks like we get to go to the bars too. So
right.
There was that sort of thing that happened there with that.
I'm all for drinking at bars. when that can happen again.
Yeah, and I'm all for drinking at bars. I'm all for people not drinking and meeting each other up, though. So, but I think that there's like lots of things that are inextricable and from that. So, anywho, but yeah, I think Jeffrey Craner created Leann Hart. It's possible that this hatchet thing comes from Carrie Nation. Jeffrey knows his history pretty good, but yeah, Jeffrey has that connection to journalism. I think at a point in time he was a journalism major, possibly, and so he has that connection to journalism. So I believe he did create this character. And he wrote this episode. So
there you go. Well, the sports stuff would have been a dead giveaway if the rest of it wasn't. That's
the journalism of the sports. That's a full-on Craner.
Yes. I have a letter from Ocean, who wrote to us in an email dated September 15th, 2018. So be aware, this is over a year and a half ago. Let's see how this holds up. I'm excited to open this time capsule with all of you. Hey, Meg, Symphony and Hal. In one of your episodes, you said that since Cecil usually seems a bit biased when talking about community affairs, he probably doesn't have much training as a journalist. I'm going to defend him on this one. I think he does try to be an ethical journalist. He's just always talking candidly, saying things that upset the powers that be, and getting dragged away for re-education. He's biased because of all the brainwashing, not to mention growing up in a town where most of that stuff is considered normal. Some of it may even be that he feels he has to say propaganda just for the sake of staying on the air. If you look at how he treats old woman Josie and the Angels, he starts out being a bit nonchalant about them, becomes gradually more denialistic as the government puts pressure on him, and ultimately decides it's more important to make a stand against angel denial. By the way, are you guys doing okay?
Oh.
Seems like you've been really down when it comes to politics and whatnot. Maybe it's silly of me to be concerned, but that sort of thing tends to drive me literally insane. I've been trying to stay positive about it. Our beloved Oompa Loompa in chief hasn't blown us all up yet. We've still got a chance to turn things back around, right? I'm really loving re-listening to all the episodes with you. Please keep it up, Ocean.
We love you, Ocean.
Thanks for checking in on us, Ocean.
Ocean. You're so sweet.
Oh, Ocean, sweet, sweet Ocean.
I really hope that you're okay.
Yeah, I hope you're okay.
Hope you're okay, Ocean. How you doing? Yeah, it definitely got better after September of 2018.
We really turned it around. Yeah.
We did it. Yeah. Meg, you have a letter?
I do. Let's hear from another fan. Great. This is from Gian. Whatever your name is, I'm sorry I pronounced it wrong. You deserve me to pronounce it right. Hey everyone, I'm listening to the Monolith episode on a long haul flight and I have lots of time to kill, so I thought I would write to my favorite podcast hosts. Thank you. I know we aren't supposed to be flying with the pandemic of it all, but I was in New Zealand visiting my partner before everything blew up and it took a while to get a plane ticket home. Anyway, the discussion of Michigan reminded me that the running joke helped me connect with a fellow Night Vale fan several months ago. I was out for a beer with a friend back when we still went out for beer with friends and met her boyfriend. He mentioned he was from Michigan and I muttered, Michigan, under my breath. It turns out that her boyfriend is a Night Vale fan, as he caught the reference immediately. I love how Night Vale draws people together in these isolated times. It helps me remember how art connects us. I'm sorry that the Night Vale tour was canceled. We all know all the cancellations are for the best, but it's heartbreaking. A dear friend of mine was just laid off from their job at a major Shakespeare festival, and it makes me so angry that our country can't figure out how to value art like it should. Meg, I loved your essay on play gear. Thank you. I wish a tour manager like you was in charge of the country. I do too. Maybe a little bit less like me and a little bit more stable and nicer. Stay safe, everyone. Thank you, Jean.
Aww.
Thank you so much for that. Must have been really tough for you to be on that plane.
Yeah.
During these times, it's such a long flight. I'm glad that we could be there with you. It makes me feel better. It makes me feel like I would have been of service, which has been really difficult for me lately without a lot of work. So it feels good that I was able to be there with you during what must have been a tough time. Thank you so much for listening to our show and for being fun with your friends, having drinks at bars and making Night Vale jokes. That happened makes me feel good inside, and I appreciate you sharing that with us. Yeah. So thank you, audience. I love you guys so much. It's really great that I get to do this. I love Hal and Symphony so tremendously much. Getting to spend time with them over this little Zoom, it's a highlight of my of my existence these days. And we've been all Zooming a lot, but it's nice to get to go to Zoom and do this. Next episode is going to be There Is No Part 1, Part 2. So you have that to look forward to, which will be out in 2 weeks. And we look forward to getting to record that for you. And as always, good morning, Night Vale. Good morning. Good Morning Night Vale is a Night Vale Presents production. It is hosted by Symphony Sanders, Hal Lublin, and Meg Bashwiner. It is edited by Grant Stewart and mixed by Vincent Cacchione. It is produced by Meg Bashwiner. Theme music by Disparition. Special thanks to our fans who submitted their thoughts this week. Leave us a voicemail at 929-277-2050 or email us at info@goodmorningnightVale.com to share your theories and ask questions. Or to attempt mind control through subliminal messaging in an otherwise normal-sounding friendly email. This show is powered by our patrons, like John Peterson, Rachel Prunty, Kazim Pajwani, Caitlin Llewellyn, and Tim Stazere. If you are able to support this show financially, check us out at patreon.com/goodmorningnightVale. For more info on this show, go to goodmorningnightVale.com and follow us on Facebook and on Twitter at Night Vale Chat. Special thanks to Joella Knapp, Jeffrey Craner, and Joseph Fink. Today's adverb is occasionally. I occasionally have to look up what an adverb is when I write this bit.